An article came out in the Seattle Times about how running and walking and light weights is not enough. You gotta lift heavy weights. And the first thing I thought was, hey, I've done CrossFit before. I need to get back in the gym. Hi, my name is Gina. I'm 55. I had just retired from the city of San Diego. I was a firefighter paramedic for 28 years and decided to join KCF CrossFit because I got a diagnosis of osteoporosis just before I turned 54. It was a huge shock. I think I was cocky. I used to, as a paramedic, I used to pick up especially elderly women that had fallen and broken their hips or had fractures. And I never thought that would be me because I just thought, okay, if you're strong, you don't have that problem. So yeah, it was a complete shock. It was pretty demoralizing.
And what was the initial medical advice that you got?
Well, first I got advice not to lift any weights because everybody was worried I'd hurt myself. And then I was basically told to take the medications. I didn't know much about them, so I found myself basically on the internet every day getting more and more demoralized because you can't reverse it. You know, these medicines will cause your bones to be more brittle. You can literally fracture your femur just standing there. I think I first listened to them, I freaked out, you know, it's kind of like, oh my God, am I like a walking time bomb? And so I was standing at Big Five every Wednesday when they get shipments during the pandemic trying to get dumbbells. And so I got lighter ones and I was just doing like tons of reps. But then an article came out in the Seattle Times about how running and walking and light weights is not enough. You gotta lift heavy weights. And the first thing I thought was, hey, I've done CrossFit before. I need to get back in the gym. So that's when I reached out to you and started personal training.
And so you just recently did some follow-up scans?
I did.
And what did you find out?
I found out that I'm no longer in osteoporosis. I basically did everything the doctors told me wasn't possible and wouldn't help me because of it. And so I jumped almost a full point, improved almost a full point in my spine, and then the hip didn't improve as much, but I'm literally in the middle of osteopenia, and if I continue to do what I'm doing, being in here and the diet is probably the two most important things I could be doing right now.
So that's an important statement because there's a lot of folks, especially women, certainly in your age range, who would look at the things that we do here and just say, I just don't know, that just doesn't seem like it's for me. What would you say to that?
Well, I'd say I thought the same thing coming back because I used to be this great athlete, and when I got to 50 and hit menopause, a lot of changes happened. I again was cocky with that, thinking that's not going to be me, and it was me. So for those of you out there that know what I'm talking about, it's a huge, huge humbling experience. And I never saw myself being back in the gym. I thought I don't need to do this anymore. I'm not a firefighter. I don't need to carry a certain amount of weight. But once I got back in here, you can scale. I scale all the time. I modify things to fit half the time I've got something that's bothering me, ankle, back, whatever, wrist. So you can do it. You can absolutely do it. And I honestly didn't think my body would go back to where it used to be. And I've seen in quicker than a year, but literally in this year, I've seen my body change in ways I didn't think it was possible at this age. So you totally can do it. You should do it. You need to be in here. And you don't, again, I can't lift as much as half the people in here, but that doesn't matter. You should be in here for yourself. I'm in here for me, and I'm inspired by all those people. I look over and go, ooh, I want to be doing that. And then I tell myself, no, I'm 55. I do not need to be competing with Carol or Janine or Janae or Brandy. I just need to be doing what Gina needs to do. So, that's it. You should do it. You should get in here. And one of the things I'm really impressed about this gym in here, there's a lot of women. In today's class was all women, and from different age groups. So you don't have to be intimidated. Come in, and everybody will help you. So.